2 years ago I stopped making New Year's resolutions, and the reason for that was that I witnessed something that shocked me to my core. It's the time of year when everybody makes New Year's resolutions, but not me. I don't make New Year's resolutions anymore, and in this video I'll explain why, and I'll also share with you what I do instead. It's something that I find to be even more effective than New Year's resolutions. It's a past year review and setting anti-goals. Now the reason I do that is very simple. 2 years ago, when I was out here in Portugal, I witnessed something really shocking. I witnessed the death of the person who was staying in the villa next door to me on January the 4th. I'm out here in Portugal with my family. Today is January the 2nd. Yesterday my son flew home after spending 2 weeks with us. I have to admit the weather's been a little bit changeable. You can probably gather from this video I'm not in scorching hot weather. It's warm, 17 degrees, but it's windy and it keeps raining. So I've seized the opportunity today to wander out, get down to the beach and share with you what I do instead of New Year's resolutions. I won't go into any detail about the thing that shocked me, the death of the person next door. I actually made a video on that topic last year, which I'll link to up here somewhere, or perhaps down in the description. Check that one out if you want to find out exactly what it was that I witnessed. But when you see somebody die, it really does make you have a really long, hard look at your own life and the things that you want to do. And it's from that experience that I started a process of doing a past year review and setting a series of anti-goals. The process I go through now starts with a thorough past year review. And the way I do that is I go back over my Google Calendar for the last 12 months. Most of the things that I do, I record in there and I colour code them. And I look back over the things that I've done and I ask myself, was this a positive experience or was it a negative experience? Did it make me feel good or did it make me feel not so good? And I create a note on my iPhone and I put negative and positive as the subheadings. And I go through every single one of those appointments and I make a note under each one, which one does it fall into, which category? Is it positive? Is it negative? And then after I've done that, I take a look at the things that were positive and I make a concerted effort to do more of those things in the coming year. They are things that I want to get into my calendar and do a lot more of. Things like this, for example. It may be a bit windy with the occasional shower here today, but just walking on this wonderful beach, I'd just love to do more of that in the coming year, so that will be one of the things that I would make a positive. And some of the negative things, well, that's more chores and tasks and things that if you can eliminate them, you can. Delegate them, pay somebody else to do them, whatever, just get them off your calendar. So that's the thing I do first. A quick look through my Google Calendar, make everything a category of positive or negative. The next part of the process is I set my anti-goals. These anti-goals are based on the things on the list that I've just drawn up, the positive and negative list that I drew up from the past year review. Anti-goals are a very simple concept. It's all about things that you don't want to do, which then force you to do the things that you do want to do. And that process of the 12-month review, going back over all the things that you've done over the last 12 months, is absolutely critical to being able to set the anti-goals. An anti-goal starts with a I don't want to statement. A simple example of that would be me being here in Portugal, which started off as I don't want to spend Christmas in the UK. That then forces me to make an anti-goal, like this. I want to spend my Christmas somewhere warm. And then the third step in the process is I will book 3 weeks at Christmas in Portugal. So that's a 3-step process. Step 1, I don't want to. Step 2, I want to do this. Step 3, I will do this. That's the actual action point. To give you an example of other types of anti-goals that I've set for this year, we'll look into health and fitness. One of my anti-goals is this: I don't want to lose muscle mass as I age. Step 2, I want to gain muscle in order to avoid that. 3, I will start lifting weights. That's a simple anti-goal, step 1, 2, 3, that involves not losing muscle mass and doing something about it in the form of lifting weights. Doing a past year review and setting your anti-goals doesn't have to be an exhaustive process. One of the things that you don't want to do is have a great long list of anti-goals. That would be self-defeating. You'd never get through them all. The idea is to make your life simpler and to allow you to focus on a small number of things that you enjoy doing and which are also beneficial to you. So for me, that process takes 60 minutes, that's all. And I did it yesterday. Today is January the 2nd, yesterday was January the 1st. I just spent an hour because yesterday was another day, unfortunately, in Portugal where there was quite a bit of rain. So I made my anti-goals. Most of my anti-goals revolve around health and fitness, looking after myself from a diet point of view, and also traveling and experiencing things. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm not into buying stuff. I've reached a point in my life where I've bought more than enough stuff and I don't want any more stuff. So out here in Portugal with my family, the one thing we've done this time is we've shared presents through experiences, not buying each other stuff. For example, my son treated my wife and I to some expensive champagne and an excellent meal at the local seafood restaurant. That was an experience, and it also had fantastic memories, as well as some interesting video for the future which he can look back on. But the one thing we didn't do is we didn't give each other like pairs of socks and jumpers and things like that. That is not on the agenda. So anti-goals for this year, what are yours? What would you like to do more of this year? The things that you really got a positive benefit from in 2025. What would you like to do more of those things in this coming year? And what about the things that you didn't particularly enjoy? Maybe they were even things that you spent quite a lot of money on and didn't get the pleasure out of them that you thought you would. What are they? Please share them in the comments. I'd love to know what your big anti-goal for this year is. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.